Let me close the other. Hello. Hello. Are we there? Are we there yet?
No, I don't see. Yes.
Yes. Woo! Hello. Okay. Good morning, everyone. It's 10 a.m. My hair. Let me fix my hair.
Buenos días.
Buenos días. Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Good morning. Let me see. This is the first time that we do this.
Mhm.
So any advice will be really helpful.
And we're not used to. I am not used to talking cameras. So
Ooh,
thank you. I have to come out of my shell to do this.
Yay! I
So.
love the little piano in the back. Can you make sounds? Not yet.
It doesn't.
Not yet. Not yet.
Mhm.
Yay! Okay, so
Shall we
let's
talk
see.
a little bit about ourselves first?
Yeah, let's just start to talk a little bit about ourselves while we wait for people to log in. Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Marjory.
My name is Hsin-Yi Chen.
Yeah, and we are really happy to be here talking about our new album, Sonatas Venezolanas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah.
I think it's a little bit too far away.
A little
right?
too far away. There it is.
Mhm.
Yay! That one is still close, brand new. But we have one here that it's already open, and we are going to talk a little bit about this. But Hsin-Yi, why don't we talk about us a little bit?
So, Marjorie, can you tell us a little bit about how you came up with this project?
Oh,
And
okay.
your background.
My background. Well,
Yes.
I'm from Venezuela, and from a town named Maracay, not Maracaibo, Maracay, which is close to in between Caracas and Valencia. And I went to Catholic University to do my doctorate, and my specialization was in Latin American music. So while I was looking on the library over there, I found this a lot of music, and I found these two sonatas. So in one of the recitals that I had to do there, I think we played the Angel Sauce many years ago, and then I kept the Nelly Mele, Lara, with me, and then I was just trying to find information about her, especially, and there was not much. There is no recordings of her. Maybe one piano piece or something that a woman from Costa Rica did a couple of years ago. But other than that, there is nothing. So I was just thinking, well, why not put those two pieces into a real project like a CD? And this is where the idea came to actually do the recording. So then I asked Hsin-Yi, since she already played with me, Angel Sauce, if she wanted to do this project with me. So.
Yeah. Marjorie and I go a long history back. We met at school when we were both doing the master's degree.
Master's probably, yeah.
And then
at Shenandoah, Shenandoah University.
And then at one time when Marjorie was having her recital, my professor suggested me to play for her. And that's how we started playing with each other. And long history short, Marjorie is always very creative at having all different projects. It's so fun. And so that's also another way to keep practicing and playing. So we're not behind on our skills.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And so when Marjorie asked me, I know I'm fascinated with Latin American music because that's the area we don't study a lot. We study a lot of European music, American music, classical. We
play a lot of Mozart, Beethoven,
right?
Yeah.
And so we're trained classically, but not a lot of knowledge for me coming from Latin American composers. So when she asked me about this project and if I would be willing to join her, I said yes, of course. I'll be happy to play.
Yeah, I didn't have to beg that hard. Like, please, can you play with me? Yeah.
Yeah, because we've been working with each other for a long time, and so we sort of on each other's backs. Say, hey, practice.
Yeah, that's true.
What are we playing next? So
that's true. Yeah, we program. Actually, I program my recitals kind of what Hsin-Yi kind of agree, and also your teacher, Miss Temple, at Shenandoah. So it was kind of like a mutual agreement of what we should play together, besides of what the teachers suggested.
Yeah.
Too, so
yeah. And after Shenandoah, we both went out a separate way to do our doctorate degree at different school. I went to University of Maryland, and she was at Catholic University, but we're still close enough.
Yes.
So she asked me to play her recital at Catholic, and I asked her to play my recital in Maryland.
Yes.
So,
yeah, exactly.
So that's how we keep in touch with each other.
Yeah.
And then we moved closer.
Now she was like 5 minutes from me. Yay! So I can just come anytime. And, well, not anytime.
Yeah. So back to this album. Can you talk a little bit about each composers?
Okay, so this album has two composers. One of them is Angel Sauce. He was a violinist, and he studied with Vicente Emilio Sojo, who was a great musician, musicologist, and teacher in Venezuela, in Caracas. And he was famous, actually more famous, because he conducted a lot of choirs in Caracas. He also conducted orchestra. I think he was the first conductor of the Sinfónica Venezuela. And then after that, he started to conduct, besides orchestra, also choir. And he created a lot of choirs. Like, he always wanted people to be involved with music, especially people who had not a musical background. So that's how he started those projects. And actually, one of his pupils was Jose Antonio Abreu, who created the orchestra foundation that is El Sistema. So it was actually because of that influence from Angel Sauce that Maestro Abreu continued with that and created the El Sistema. So he also wrote a lot of music for choir, for voices. So when you hear to this sonata, it's a little bit more lyrical. The first movement has some kind of like Venezuelan influence. He wrote this piece in 1942, and it was actually part of his graduation. When he was studying composition, he needed to write 3 pieces. One was violin and piano work, another one was something for orchestra, and another one was another piece for piano. So this violin and piano piece was actually his it was like his thesis. Exactly. So there was a violinist called Rios Reina, who was also famous in Caracas. He was the violinist who premiered, and Angel Sauce's wife was the one who was the pianist.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah. So at least he was able to hear it, and so and then Nelly Mele Lara, she wrote her sonata, I think it was in 1972 or something, on the 70s. And it was edited or published by the American states here, actually in the United States. And then that's it. Then nobody had played. There is no recording. So this could be considered actually a world premiere of her sonata, because it's not been recorded before. And so that's a really good good thing to do for her. She was the director of the Conservatory of Music in Maracay. She was the director of I forgot the name of the art, like an arts organization, not an arts organization, like important institutions, art institutions in Caracas. And she founded a music school called El Bosque in Caracas. And I think actually I was talking once with my brother-in-law, whose name is Pedro. And he said, Nelly Mele, I think I studied piano with her. And I was like, wow, really? Wow. And he said, yeah, I think I took piano lessons with her. Didn't she have a school called El Bosque, and I was like,
Mhm.
yes, that's her.
Mhm.
So it's
Wow, that's
really nice
interesting.
to
Yes.
like, while I'm
Right.
commenting about the CD, there are people that were like, oh yeah, I met
Mhm.
her. Oh yeah, I started with her.
Mhm.
So it will be really nice to actually know a little bit more about her.
Right. Right.
How she was, what she
Right.
wrote more music,
Mhm.
how she was as a teacher,
Mhm.
you know.
So one of the difficulties that we found while studying and practicing these sonatas were not a lot of information we can find. It's not like information on dictionaries. As a musician, we know the set of Grove's dictionaries, right? So we find all the information, and of course nowadays Google is so much more more convenient. But still, we I like to go papers, so I tend to open books and look for information, but
Yeah.
not a lot of information we can find for these two composers. So Marjorie did a lot of digging, and I learned so much from her, knowing a little bit about these composers. But also very specially to me is to be able to play women composers pieces,
Yeah.
right? And so there are some famous female composers throughout the history, but mostly are still male dominant.
Yeah.
So it's special to have both male and female on this album.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
What was your most so what were the challenges, or if there was any specific challenge when you were learning this music?
Salsa, I have to go into the music theory. That's one of the challenges. The salsa's harmonies are more functional, so I can expect that what's coming up. And but Nelly, Lara, it's very contemporary, but it's a mix of some romanticism, some contemporary music in there. So there's so many unpredictable harmony changes to me.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's one of the challenges. But it's the second. Is I feel the other challenge is not on the music. It's on the, like what I mentioned earlier, on the background.
Yeah.
We don't know enough to match the style, or are we hoping that we can match the style, or create our own art according to what we learned from these pieces.
Yeah. So we kind of had to interpret what she meant from where we know about, performing sonatas for violin and piano, and the styles that sound familiar, because with both sonatas, it's kind of, you can hear a little bit of influence, like, oh, this sounds a little French, oh, this sounds a little bit like Shostakovich, oh, this sounds a little bit like here and there. So that help us also to kind of have an interpretation. But yeah, with Nelly, Mele, Lara, it was harder because there are no recordings, nothing that we could use as a base.
So were they well known in Venezuela during the time, for your understanding?
Well, Angel Sauce was, he was famous. Yeah, he was more recognized. He was more recognized, right? Yeah, because of all the works, all the concerts. He always had concerts. I have also another story from another violinist friend that I was talking. His name is Francisco. He's a great violinist. And I was mentioning, I recorded a CD on her Sauce, and he said, oh, I remember Maestro Sauce. When I was little, I was singing in his choir, and we were singing, Popules Meo, Popules Meo. It was so funny the way that he was, Popules Meo, the way that he was singing. Probably he was like, I don't know, 6, 7 years old. It was really cute to hear that story from him. So he's from, Francisco is from Caracas, so probably that's why. Because I'm from Maracay, I didn't have that much knowledge about these composers.
Well, because usually from our educational background, we know some of the Latin American composers like Piazzolla, Ginastera,
Marquez, Ponce. Yeah, exactly. So,
and Guastavino, and each of them has all their own characters of their music. and portray South American flavors. But at the same time, these two, I mean, I unfamiliar for me. So it's very nice to know a little bit outside these familiar composers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we really wanted to present to you these two pieces.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, to kind of like start the exposure of this music. And I have done a little bit more research, and I have found other pieces too. So hopefully we can do like a volume 2.
A different
She
style
doesn't know
too.
that. I'm just telling. I'm just telling her now. Volume 2.
I'm getting the information right now as you do
in front of you, so she, doesn't do anything to me in front of people. You are all witnesses.
That's why I say she's very creative. She's very she's definitely more creative than me, and I love all the ideas.
Yes.
But I also love that we can criticize each other.
That's true. She's so polite. She's like, I think.
Well, it's all more of communication. So that's how I go from piano solo to collaborative piano, because it's so fun to collaborate with other musicians.
Yeah.
And I love how we can communicate in a good way.
Yes. Exactly.
A positive way. And that way we can make our music different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I wonder if I set up this live in a way that we can actually see, is there any chat there? We're checking if Hsin-Yi has her computer. If I didn't, my apologies. This is the first time I do a live, and I thought I put the chat. If I didn't, then I'm so sorry. No, it looks like I didn't have a chat available. So, oops. Well, anyway, so there are places where you can find, where you guys can find us. So we have an Instagram account. We're separate. We should have a joint Instagram account.
Yeah, and you can also put the information to the information section later.
Maybe yes. So later on, you can come and check on the information. So, like, my website is marjoryserrano.com. That's really easy. And then I have an Instagram account. Your Instagram account is Pianist Hsin-Yi?
Yeah, but we can do that. We can put that information.
She's right. You see? She's always how polite. Yes. yes. I'll put all the information, the website, and in the description. That way you can find us there. If the CD is out for streaming in Amazon Music, iTunes, Spotify,
Apple Music.
Yeah, since this morning I woke up and I saw it. I was like, wow.
Oh, we should talk about the painting.
Yeah. Yes. Painting. So this is a mountain in Caracas that is called El Ávila. It's really, really famous. And it was this is actually a painting, an oil on canvas, that it was made by my niece. Her name is Diana Alarcon, or Diana Alarcon. And yeah, I remember going to visit her. She lives in Miami, and she had that painting, and I was like, Diana, can I use your painting for the cover of my album? And she said, sure, it's great. It needs to be finished. I was like, it looks perfect. So I don't know, artists, painters.
Yes, this is just perfect.
It's perfect. And now I show it inside. Yeah, it's here. And then it has a booklet like this. So look, really easy. It has also the painting like this of the mountain that she beautifully did. She has an Instagram account where you can also see her paintings, and it's I think Diana paints.
We really appreciate her work here.
Yes, that's true. Yes, she put a lot of time into this, and then if you can see her. I'm sorry, if you order the CD, you can order the actual, how do you say, the CD?
That's true. You mean online or
no,
physical
copy?
The
physical copy, thank you. And you can go to my website, or if you find us on Instagram, you just send us a message, and then we will mail it for you. So yes, so my niece's Instagram account is dash Diana Paints, so you can find her there.
We can also link that information.
We will put that
later,
information
right?
there so you can see her
Yeah.
her paintings. And so let's talk about the booklet.
You work so hard on this.
Well,
I have
you
to say,
too.
majority is you. I helped a little bit.
No, you help a lot. Actually, she helped. So what we put in here, so I will show it. So it has, all the information. It was beautifully made. And then it's in English and Spanish. So it has a little bit of, information about the CD. And then that the first part is it's my comment, my thoughts on the CD. The next one is Chinese thoughts on the CD in English and Spanish. Your Spanish is really good, by the way.
Thank you. with your help.
With my help. And then we talk about, well, this was actually a lot of her help. Thanks to pianists, they know more about harmonies and, we talk a little bit about the sonata, each movement, like little, like how you say, like blurb about the harmonies, and the form, the more music theory part, but it's interesting, it's not boring. And then also Nelly Mele's sonata, information in English and Spanish. And then we have Angel Sauce's bio. This is a nice picture that I found of him. And then in English and Spanish, and then Nelly. I hope that after this CD, like people that know her have more pictures of her. This is probably the only picture that is of her out there. So hopefully there will be more pictures.
And remember, you got in touch with her granddaughter.
Yes, her granddaughter. I found her on Facebook, but I sent her a message and she didn't reply. So
maybe
hopefully the family will be like, yeah, we have pictures of her. And then my bio here, and then Shinji's bio here, and then at the end, so the thank you note. So we need to have a lot of people to thank, right?
Yes, a lot.
Okay, so how about we start with the producer?
Yes, please.
Can we talk about him? He's really cute.
He's married though.
He's married. He's married. Yes.
Happily married.
Happily married. But he's so nice also, and he inspired. There were days that we were like so tired. He's like, great energy. Let's elevate the energy. Wow. And we're like, okay, whoa, okay, I can do this. So yeah, he's wonderful. He also went to Shenandoah University. His name is Dan Mercurio. Mercurio, is that how you say his name? His last name, Dan Mercurio, and he went to Shenandoah. He, I think, graduated in recording engineer, right? Something like that. So. The program, they have a great program in Shenandoah, and he's also a tenor. He sings wonderful, so he has a good ear, which is really helpful when you are doing a recording.
He was so sharp with everything. Right? So anything that could help us. Because live performance and studio recording is very different. We went to a very professional studio recording, and I never thought the recording session would be like this. Yeah,
he made it so easy,
but very pleasant. I mean, it was hard, but very pleasant.
Yes,
working environment.
Yeah, and it was really helpful to have a third person to interpret the pieces, so to give us a point of view. How about if you do this? How about if you do that? So we also create a lot of different textures and colors that we were like, oh wow, that's great. So it was also because of his help. And during the recording, he has an assistant. His name is Josh Frey. And he was actually the graphic designer. He was actually the one under the idea of putting this, because when you do a CD, people usually put their picture. I mean, this is a picture of us here. And then when you take the CD out, how you do it? Your gentle hands. And then there's another picture of us. So we were thinking about actually putting the picture out on the front, and then I sent him all the pictures and this, and then when he sent all the information, he actually had the painting on the front, and I was like, oh,
that is even more
actually
beautiful.
good, looks
Yeah.
better.
Mhm.
And then that way when you open it, you see the whole thing. So it was great. And then inside is the picture of both of us. So that was all his idea. So he was so helpful. Oh my gosh, I learned so much. We learned so much about how to do a recording, because the process after the recording is actually
Longer.
really, it's
Much
longer. It's
and much
difficult. It's like, oh, so much work to do, and it never ends. So but he's so helpful. I'm like, I sent him an email like, I'm so sorry, I have no idea, I need help, and he replied immediately. And thank you so much, Josh, for all your help with the design. And also there is Dan Shores. He is I think the person behind the sound, the mixing. Once the recording is done, then he does the mixing and everything, and he also put the microphone at the beginning when we arrived, to make sure everything is ready. So, and we did it. We did the recording at Sonoluminos, which is in Boise, Virginia. It's a great place to go and have a recording.
A lot of, as far as I understand, that a lot of great artists go there to do their recordings.
So check them out. They are great, wonderful people. And then Suzette Nice, she was the photographer. She used to be a flute player, so it's actually really helpful that she was a musician. She knows how to capture the pictures for musicians.
They're actually a music family.
I
play for her daughter's
recital. That's true. That's true. And I play with her husband, Matt, and he's a great trombone player. Yeah, they are a great family. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Yeah. And then who else? Well, we have to thank
your husbands.
I was gonna ask your husband.
And my husband.
My husbands. I was gonna say our husbands, but I guess. And today is June's birthday.
Yes, it's my husband's birthday today. Happy birthday.
So your husband June and my husband Paul. Yeah, thank you so much. And all our friends, our dear friends who were
friends and
family. So that were always with us, checking us and keeping us with the good spirit.
Yeah, friends and family who support us throughout the way. Not only for the album, but I think ever since we started music.
That's true.
Yeah. So
our family. Where do you have family?
But
where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Taiwan. And most of my family and friends are still in Taiwan. I have a big sister who also lives in Spain. Hi, sisters. And my family.
Yay!
Right. And so they are my biggest support, I have to say.
Yeah.
I can send them pictures or anything, any messages, and they will respond right away.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yay. I have family in Venezuela and Portugal, Miami, Los Angeles. So yeah. So we have friends all over. So
yeah, too bad we can't do a question.
I know. I'm so sorry. Maybe we should do a second live, like in January, when we have more time.
Or if we can figure out how to.
After I learn how to
leave the comments.
That's true. Leave the comments.
The email.
Yeah.
I mean, not email. The video. Right.
The video. So homework to do for me. That's my New Year resolution. How to do a live, so people can make comments. So. But anyway, you can find us on Instagram, my website. Are you planning to have a website sometime?
Work in progress.
Work in progress. There you go. Excellent. And I was going to ask you before I forget, have you played anything else that is Latin America?
Yes.
Latin America.
Yes, I've played Guastavino.
Actually, I've heard about Guastavino because of you. I didn't know about Guastavino. Argentinian composer.
I played songs, his 2 piano pieces. I played his he has a lot of beautiful songs, by the way. Two piano pieces and a piece of violin, piano and violin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I play Hinastera, the solo piano.
Yeah.
As
You
well.
play Pampiana.
Pampiana
with me. Yeah.
with both violin and another Pampiana with
yeah,
cello.
both
Right.
Pampianas for the cello and the violin one.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Ponce, not a lot of American composer pieces.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to
Mele
be
in
part
Argentina.
of this.
Yeah. So
Piazzolla,
Piazzolla, of course.
We did that trio together.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we
Yes.
played the seasons with our friend Camilo. Yeah. So awesome.
Sounds like another project.
Yeah, another project. So many projects. So this was an opening to actually great ideas like concerts and projects with Latin American music. So anyway, thank you so much for being here, and please leave us any comment, any questions
after we work out the comment section.
After we work out, not yet. Well, thank you so much, and please send us a message to buy the album in its how do you say again, in the CD format?
The physical copy
of CD. My good, I need to put that English word in my head. And then, or you can, and I will put information here as the way you can find it on streaming and Amazon Music. Spotify, Apple Music, and probably other places. And for my friends who speak Spanish, can I say this message in Spanish? Para los amigos que hablan español, hoy a las 6 de la tarde sale una entrevista con Trina Herrera, que Trina Herrera me hizo en su programa Edita, Detrás del Disco. A las 6 de la tarde sale hoy. Entonces, a lo mejor pongo el link aquí, si no lo coloco en Instagram, en Facebook y en la página web. Well, thank you so much. So thank you so much, and please keep in touch. And we look forward to get to know you, and thank you for your support, and thanks for listening to our CD. So have a great day. Thank you. Bye.